This is K2SJP. We'll be starting in 10 more minutes. This is K2SJP Alternate Net Control for the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. Net will commence in 7 minutes.
And W5OG, W5ABI. How copy, Dale?
Joke, I think you're an S9. W5ABI, W5OG. Good signal.
Have you heard anything about Bob yet, Dale?
Oh, yes. He's in the hospital. And he did, I think he said he fractured L2 and L4 or something like that. And he slipped and fell on the basement, the concrete floor in his basement. Joe, over.
Oh, boy, I know all about backs. I've got a herniated disc. And but, you know, when you get my age and living here, they can't do much, just leave you medication.
Yeah, well, he's in the hospital, so it's pretty serious. And he hopes to get home by Wednesday or Thursday. Anyway, we'll let everybody know on the net for sure. Thank you for reminding me. W5OG, stand by for the net.
Thanks for the info, Dale. W5ABI, standing by for net.
Herniated disc. W5PIX Mobile.
W5PIX Mobile, we got you in there. Fine business, and really coming in nicely over here into Tampa Bay, Uncle Clifford.
Well, thank you there, K2SJP. We just sitting here watching the airplanes take off here at DFW Airport, backed up. Waiting for us to load it.
W5PIX, that's by BE. You're loud at the U.4, Cliff.
The rush is here, Lee. I'm on 2, but I'll take 4 also.
WA6LJS, W5ABI. How copy, John?
W5ABI, K2SJP. John's sick today. I'm going to be running the net for him, Joe.
Oh, okay, you got a good F9 signal here in Las Cruces, Bob.
Okay.
I got a good copy on both of you, Bob. K2SJP and W5ABI, KG5PT. Good morning.
Good morning to you, James. Got you on the list.
Good morning, James. W5ABI, standing by for list.
Good morning, James. Testing Florida to California, WB4LES. How do you copy W86LTS?
Yeah, good morning, Les. WB4LES, KG5PT. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. Don't know how long I'll be here. I'm waiting on a phone call to join a racing colleague for lunch down by Tampa, but we should be here for at least the next 20 minutes.
Good morning, and welcome to the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. This is K2SJP. We are alternate net control for John WA6LJS, who's got a really bad cold, and we'll be doing the net for him today. And we meet on this frequency at 1500 hours Zulu every day of the week. The Flyers Club consists of military aviation members, both active and retired, pilots, air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, missile crews, support crews, and anyone involved with military aviation. We gladly will welcome visitors to our net. Do not have to be involved with the military or aviation to check in. Our purpose is to promote fellowship between radio amateurs who devoted a portion of their lives to support our Air Force. This is a controlled net. To contact net control, use the words contact, relay, check-in, or info. Our website is Air Forces, plural, Flyers, plural, club.org. That's Air Forces, Flyers, club.org. A lot of info about our net, and also an online application if you feel qualified to join. My call is Kilo 2, Sierra, Juliet, Papa. My name is Bob. My QTH is Tampa Bay, Florida. We check in, then go down the list, allowing each station to give their reports. We also usually have a question or two of the day in regards to aviation history. We then go back to a 73 rant. Please keep your transmissions below 2 minutes, as we are followed by another net at half past the next hour, 2 kilohertz up. This is K2SJP, alternate net control. I have the following stations from NetLogger, and thanks to Leon and 5BE for doing NetLogger for us today. Break. Okay. First station on the list is a WV9 Charlie Sierra Papa Rich. Good morning to you, Rich. The call does not sound familiar, but we'll get you on in there as the first person on the list. Next on the list is W5PIX Mobile. And good morning to you, Uncle Clifford. Next on the list is Leon, N5BE. Good morning again, Leon. We then have W5OG, Dale. Morning, Dale. And his brother, Brian, WP5DRI. Good morning, Brian. WW5ENZ. Good morning, Mike. W2WLD. Good morning to you, Bill. KF0GJO. Good morning, Carl. W7AJN. Good morning to you, John. K8AF. Good morning, Russ. NX6RG. Good morning to you, Bob. K4YDB. Charlie. Good morning, Charlie. W5ABI. Good morning again, Joe. KG5PTE, James. Good morning again, James. And WB4LES. Good morning, Les. Let's look on the end of the list. See if there's any others. We have Bob, W7ASH. Good morning to you, Bob. Okay, that is our list for today, and we're going to do question of the day. Break. Go comment.
Yeah, N5B. I moved Les up to number 4 since he's going to be a short timer. So he's number 4 between Cliff and myself, Bob.
Gotcha. Thank you for that. And do we have any other short timers from this list? That is K2SJP.
Kilo 4, we like East Coast.
Okay, nothing else heard. Okay, question of the day. Okay, here we go. What does locking the toggle mean with a KC-135? Again, what does locking the toggle mean with a KC-135? Alpha, using safety wire on certain toggle switches. A, again, is using safety wire on certain toggle switches. Bravo, locking the boom to another aircraft. Locking the boom to another aircraft. Charlie, a term used to lock in a radio frequency. Charlie is a term used to lock in a radio frequency. Delta, towing another aircraft that has run out of fuel while dispensing fuel to it. Again, Delta, towing another aircraft that has run out of fuel while dispensing fuel to it. And that's the question of the day. The bonus question: did the U.S. Air Force require Boeing to build the KC-135 and Boeing 707 on separate production lines? And it's just Alpha or Bravo, yes or no. Again, did the U.S. Air Force require Boeing to build the KC-135 and Boeing 707 on separate production lines? Alpha is yes, Bravo is no. And those are the questions of the day. Break? Okay, first on the list is WP9CSP. Rich, you're up. This is K2SJP. Does anyone hear WB9CSP?
Bob, he logged out on the AIM window. I kept him in there just in case he was coming back.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, over to our Mobile, W5PIX Mobile. Uncle Clifford, you're up. K2SJP, bye.
K2SJP, W5PIX. Bob, you forgot to do your East Coast, West Coast, and see if anybody can hear anybody else in there. But I don't go.
I didn't even hear Uncle Clifford. He's that gone.
He's talking.
I was talking, and it was okay. Safety wire to switch, special copper wire, and I'd say Bravo on the bonus question.
You copy that, Bob?
Negative. I am not copying you, Uncle Clifford, at all. What answer did he give?
He said that using a safety wire on the switch, and no, Bravo for the second question there. And he's coming in pretty good on the Utah SDR. Back to you, Bob. W5OG relay.
Okay, yes, thank you. I got to pull that up right now and get the Utah SDR2 up. Let's see. WB4LES, our only short timer. Les, you're up. This is K2SJP.
Oh, good morning, WB4LES. Appreciate you moving me up the top of the list there. We sure would like to have said hello to Uncle Clifford there. We got the pleasure of meeting with him at Ham Mention there, or Hamcation. Yeah, Hamcation, I think it is, in Orlando there. So, yeah, we're heading down to near Tampa to meet up with another racer and exchange some parts and things on the 64 Thunderbolt that we both own. And Milo actually raced the Thunderbolt with the Ford Racing Factory back in the 60s. So he's got a few goodies, and I've got something he's interested in. So appreciate you moving us up. And I could not hear the answers very well and on the KC-135. So I would say, I'm going to say A, yes, that they required them to put them on a different assembly line, especially if they were going to go to work in sacks. It's hard to say. And I could not make out the other answers, so on toggling the switch. So anyway, 73 all, have a great net, and we'll probably catch you a little later or try to listen on the YouTube site while we're driving down to Tampa area, so we'll be receiving over. 73, WB4LES.
Okay, WB4LES, that is K2SJP. Okay, Les, we're copying you fine on the SCR2, not copying it all on the directly. So, okay, on the cars and bringing parts into Tampa. We'll say 73s to you, and hope to catch you again. W5OG, Dale, you're up. This is K2SJP.
Oh my gosh, well you caught me unawares there, Bob. I was expecting, well, Lee is over the top of me there. Maybe you had a reason for that. Anyway, I won't take long here. I think it's probably wiring, the safety wire for the switches, but I'm not sure. It could be something to do with the boom. Unfortunately, our resident boomer, KF0OP, is not on this morning. Yeah, he'd be below me anyway. It wouldn't do me any good. So you guys put me up at the top for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, I think that they probably, SAC in its infinite wisdom did some strange things, and that's probably one of them, separate production line. I wouldn't doubt it anyway. So put me down for yes, A, for the second question. So Alpha, I guess, is the way I'm going. Back to you, Bob. Thank you again for doing the net for John. We all hope he gets better soon. And also, we got to remember Bob, our commander, K1BOB. He is in the hospital there in Boise, and he had a bad fall, and he's down in his basement on the floor. And now, he assures me that Lynn did not push him down the stairs. So, I don't know what's up with that, but anyway, he did have a bad fall, and I think he's cracked or something, L2 and L4, and he's going to be flat of his back for a while. And he said he was able to sit up some yesterday, so that is good news, but for the most part, he is absolutely down. Anyway, thanks. Back to you there, and I do appreciate you doing the net there, Bob. K2SJP, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, W5OG, K2SJP, and I'm sure Bob appreciates you doing the net for him yesterday. And we certainly hope and say some prayers for Bob's full recovery, and also for John, who has a really bad cold, and hope he recovers soon too. Over to Dale's younger brother, WB5 DRI. Good morning, Brian. You're up. K2SJP.
Comment, Bob. Brian requested he be moved to the bottom of the list. He's got a workman that's there, so I see that Lee has put him down to number 16 on the list there. Back to net, W5OG.
Well, okay, I got that. We will move Brian to the end of the list. Okay, Mike, you're up. WW5ENZ, K2SJP.
Okay, K2SJP, thank you for doing the net today. It's at short notice. Great. This is WW5ENZ, and yeah, it's a great day here. I think great day. It's still windy. I mean, we're going to have like 20 mile, 30 mile an hour winds all day. But you know, it's time of year for Oklahoma, so not a big thing. Also, I want to comment on Bob. Holy crap. Remind me not to get my eyes fixed if that's what happens to you when you can see better, you know, maybe misjudged a step or something. I don't know, but anyway, hopefully he's repairing well down there in the hospital. But anyway, that's sad to hear. And then we got John out there getting sick in California. I mean, what the heck? What do you think? There's just a whole bunch of old men on this frequency sometimes. Anyway, let me go to the question. Speaking of old men, I really don't know about this. I didn't hang around tankers too much, you know, mostly B-52s, but and A-10s. But I think, gosh darn it, to me it's kind of a coin flip between Bravo and Charlie. But I don't know. I think, let's see what we got. We got a lot of alphas there. I'm sorry, Alpha and Charlie. Yeah, I think they got a couple of alphas there. So I think I'm going to go with Charlie. Frequency, you know, lock and toggle on frequency. I don't know. I guess you know, when you're lining up for air refueling missions, but that's probably not even close. So please don't anyone copy me because it's probably wrong. And as far as the manufacturing, I'm going to say yes. The Air Force did require them to set up a new facility, and they actually I know where that is. I think that's it for me. So I'm going to be a Charlie and whatever yes is. Anyway, that's it. And because I'm looking at the live feed, but I didn't see the question up there. So Charlie must have got it in time, but that's all right. Let's see. I'm going to turn this back to you. I've blabbed so much already. K2SJP, WW5ENZ.
WW5ENZ, K2SJP. Okay, fine business, Mike. We got you early. Alpha. Over to Bill, W2WLD, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to copy you, Bill. So somebody bring them in if I'm not able to copy. I'm going to try you on the SCR, Bill. W2WLD to get it, K2SJP.
Okay, Bob. Well, you're an F8 off the side of my beam, but I know many times you have a problem picking me up. Hopefully I'm coming through on the web SCR site. Good morning, all. Propagation seems pretty good today. Nice day, sunny. We should hit mid-50s. Can't wait for that. Very sorry to hear about Bob. Hopefully we'll get an update as the week progresses. And I didn't know John was sick, so speedy recovery to John. I hope this is not a pattern for all net controllers. Let me go to the question. The KC-135, locking the cargo is what I heard. And I have no idea, but I don't know why you would give that kind of special title to toggle switches being safety wires. And same thing with, I don't know why you'd call that locking in a radio frequency. So I was torn between Bravo and Delta, locking the boom or towing another aircraft. But since it's called cargo, I think I'll lean toward Delta. And for the bonus, yes, Alpha. So Delta Alpha, K2SJP, W2WLD.
W2WLD, K2SJP. Okay, Bill. Copying you fine on the SCR2. And we got Delta and Alpha on the question. And let's see. We'll find out in a little while. Over to Carl, KF0, KF7, GJO. Carl, you're up. This is K2SJP.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. K2SJP here. Well, I haven't been sick, but I missed yesterday's net because I had to go to the mouth plumber and get my ivories cleaned. So that's my excuse for not being here yesterday. Other than that, hey, reception is, the daylight savings time still wiped out the reception, but Utah is coming through loud and clear on almost everybody. Yep. Now, on to the questions. I find it's amazing how you get to relying on having that on the live stream so that you can read them, analyze them, compare, eliminate things and whatnot. And you did a good job of reading the questions, but the A, B, and C type stuff, I kind of lost track of those. So what I'm going with on the safety wire would be locking out a switch for an inoperative circuit. And as far as the bonus question, I believe you have separate assembly lines for KC-135 and the 707. And I've got a question for our jet jockeys. When you've lost an engine and you're shutting it down, what do you do first? Retard the throttle or shut off the fuel flow to the engine? Now we're talking about a turbojet, not a propeller-driven airplane. So if you know the answer to that, let me know. I'm curious about that. And so be with you to the end. So back to you, K2SJP to KF7GJO.
KF7GJO, K2SJP. Okay, Carl. You're a little on the weak side, but we got you through on the SDR. Thank goodness that we have the SDR. That really helps quite a bit. Over to W7AJN. Good morning, John. You're up. This is K2SJP.
K2SJP, W7AJN. Good morning, Bob. Good morning to all the flyers out there on the net. And certainly wishing John a speedy recovery, but also Bob, that doesn't sound good. I sure hope that he can recover fully from this. He's got a couple of vertebrae cracks. That's not a good thing. So really hope and pray that both John and Bob will recover from their illnesses. Michaela and Susan are going out to lunch today. So they're both doing okay. And on your question, I'm going to have to. I guess I'm going to follow maybe making a lemming line. Delta and Alpha. Delta and Alpha are my answers. I'll be here till the bottom. K2SJP W7AJN.
W7AJN, K2SJP. Okay, John. Fine business. We got you for Delta and Alpha on the answers. Coming in about a 5 and 7 here into Tampa. Very readable. Russ, K8AF. You're up, Russ. K2SJP.
K2SJP, K8AF. Good morning, Bob. Thanks for running the net. You got a good signal out in Central Washington today. And it's a sunny day. Still chilly, about 25 right now. But it looks like it's going to be a good day. And I'm going to go with Delta Alpha. I think I recall getting gas and
from the 135, and I think we learned about if they toggle you in, it'll lock you in to the boom will lock into your receptacle, and they could actually tell you if you needed to. So I'm going to go with Delta Alpha and see how that goes. K2SJP K8AF.
K8AF K2SJP. Wow, Russ, you're booming into Tampa, Florida like crazy. You're about 10 over 9 right now. Very excellent copy. Got you for Delta and Alpha, Russ. We'll see how that goes. Break with you over to Bob, NX6RG. You're up, Bob, K2SJP.
Okay, good morning, Bob, K2SJP. This is NX6RG. Good morning to all the flyers. That's an interesting question. I don't know a whole lot about the 135, but I'm actually going to go with answer Bravo. I think when you unlock the toggle, I believe the stick basically controls the position of the boom, but if you lock the toggle, I think that boom is in a fixed position. So I'm not positive about that. But anyway, put me down for answer Bravo. And for the bonus question, I was tempted to say that yes, the Air Force required that. However, any requirement you put in a contract generally costs you money. And there were so many similarities between the 707 and the 135 that I think, it might have been a wiser choice for the Air Force to say, Boeing, you figure out what the cheapest way to do it is. And I don't think it was a contract requirement to separate the production lines, but I think ultimately Boeing did have separate lines. But I don't think the contract necessarily required that, because Boeing would have then put all the costs for that additional production line on the Air Force. So if there are unique costs in that contract. So I'm going to go Bravo and Bravo is my answers. And I'm going to be one and done, Bob. Listen out for the answer. But I've got to go take Schroeder for his walk shortly here. So we'll say 73 to the Flyers, and we'll see everybody on the air tomorrow. K2SJP, NX6RG.
NX6RG, K2SJP. Also about 10 over 9 into Tampa Bay, Bob. Excellent copy. We got you for Bravo and Bravo. And we shall see. Charlie, K4YDB. You're up, Charlie, K2SJP.
K2SJP, K4YDB. Well, good morning, Bob. Morning, all the Flyers out there. And Bob, appreciate you picking up the net for Jack there, who got a little sick on us. He wasn't sounding too good yesterday, so I hope he gets to feeling better. And Bob, take it easy with that, man. That concrete is unforgiving. But anyway, hopefully you'll be back up and running here pretty soon. But anyway, right now it's currently 57 degrees here. It's supposed to get up near in the upper 70s today is what they're saying. This morning when I woke up, it was 31, so we did freeze again. I had another frost warning over another frostbite out there. So there goes my plant. But that's okay. Lowe's is just down the road over there. I can get new ones. But anyway, not a lot else is going to go on over here. I've got no doctor's appointments today, but I'm going to take advantage of getting out in the yard and getting some more. Hopefully get my fertilizer down today. Ground might be good enough to do that on today. But anyway, as far as the question goes, I don't know. I kept changing and erasing and changing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Delta on the first, and I'm going to go with yes on the second. K2SJP, K4YDB, I'm back to net.
Okay, fine business, Charlie. We got you for Delta and Alpha on the question. And you are coming in really, really nicely also, Charlie. Excellent signal. Break with you, Charlie, over to Joe, and he also has an excellent signal. Joe, W5ABI, you're up, K2SJP, bye.
K2SJP and the Flyers, W5ABI. Yeah, good signal, Bob. You're a good S9. Anyhow, beautiful morning here. Not gonna laugh. We're supposed to get 60-mile-an-hour winds and a dust storm, which out here they close up some of the major highways. It's pretty bad. If you want to save your paint job, you don't want to drive in it. Hi. Anyhow, it's currently 58, going up to 70, so it's pretty warm here today. We'll take it. The antenna so far has held up. I don't want to lower it because if I do, with my back troubles, I can't get it back up again. I have to hire somebody to come over and move it back up. So anyhow, I'm going to go with Delta on the first question, and I'm going to say yes, Alpha on the second. We'll be here at the bottom, Bob. Thanks for running the net. K2SJP, W5ABI.
W5ABI, K2SJP. Also holding up beautiful signal, Joe. And we got you for Delta and Alpha. And let's see, a break with you, Joe. Let's go over to James. KJ5 PTE. You're up, James. Good morning to you, K2SJP.
K2SJP, KG5PT, excellent net there, Bob. Appreciate you stepping up for the net today for John, and Godspeed to him, and hopefully he gets to feeling better and recovering, and hopefully he's getting some good sleep and some good rest this morning. And dittos for our commander, K1BOB. Hopefully he's resting up and healing up okay as well for both of them. So we are thinking about them and praying for both of them. Anyway, everybody sounded good on the electric radio, and everybody sounded good here locally. I don't think there was any need to call out to East Coast, West Coast for calls because everybody's working perfectly here on the Utah SDR and other SDRs. So really, there was nobody else to call out to for calls. But anyway, I'm going to go Delta Alpha for the question, and I want to thank Leon for sending me over a question for tonight's net. And tonight will be the 40-meter net, and I look forward to running it. In fact, I'm going to be running another net today at 3 o'clock here on the Five Hills net. So just look for K5CRA-R. It's the Racknerd server. It'll be listed on NetLogger as well at 3 o'clock Central. So you can see me if you want to check into that one. And then I'll be again here at 8 o'clock for the 40-meter net. And we're going to probably start on around 7213. And if not, we'll go somewhere else, but it won't be 7208, that's for sure. Anyway, that's all I got. Back to net, and I'll be here for 73 round in Echo Link, KG5PT.
Any answers in the question, James?
Yes, sir. I did say Delta and Alpha there, Bob. Back to net.
Okay, James, we got you. And your solid copy. Unfortunately, we could not copy a thing on FM on the on that 10-meter 29-267 repeater. Every time you went on there, we did not even a small signal. But of course, the FM is pretty limited in range, so that's not unusual. Okay, we got you for Delta and Alpha, James. Break with you, James. Over to Bob, W7ASH. You're up, Bob, K2SJP. Bye.
He's receive only now, Bob.
Okay, I see that. Let's try Brian now. Let's see if Brian is there. WB5DRI. This is K2SJP.
Bob, Brian asked me to check him out.
Okay, let's go over to Michael, KJ5IAI. Michael, you're up. This is K2SJP.
He's also receive only, Bob.
Okay, let's see. I think that would be the end of the list there. Yep, that's the end of the list. Okay, time for answers on the question. Are you guys ready? Okay, here we go. Now let's repeat the question. When does locking the toggle, what does locking the toggle mean with a KC-135? Alpha, using safety wire on certain toggle switches. Bravo, locking the boom to another aircraft. Charlie, a term used to lock in a radio frequency. Delta, towing another aircraft that has run out of fuel while dispensing fuel to it. And the answer is Delta. A lot of you guys got it right. Towing another aircraft that has run out of fuel while dispensing fuel to it. That is the question of today. On the bonus question, did the U.S. Air Force require Boeing to build the KC-135 and Boeing 707 on separate production lines? And the answer is Alpha, yes. And I'm going to give you a little comment on that. They are separate airframes, so it was impossible to build them on the same jigs. Boeing originally planned the 707 to have the same fuselage diameter you see on the DC-9 or the MD-80 series. In other words, 5 across, 2 plus 3. That's a Boeing Dash 80. But the airlines wanted 6 seats across, so Boeing made a larger fuselage and called that the 707. And the narrow fuselage was the 717. Pan Am had one of them, and they were 5 across. And that was one of the aircraft I flew for Pan Am. We only had the one. So rather than let all that tooling go to waste, Boeing sold the Air Force on using the narrower fuselage for the KC-135. And that's not a bad thing, because the KC-135 struggled mightily in the early days to take off with the weight it could carry in the narrow fuselage. That's the comment on that. And break, we're going to go to the top of the list for the 73 round. Okay, well, let's try, I don't know if Rich is in there, WB9CSP. You're in there, Rich, K2SJP.
Comment, Bob.
Yeah, go comment.
Did you give Lee the first time through in 5BE, Bob?
I thought I did as number 3.
Did he get you, Lee? I don't remember that. W5OG.
No, he passed over me, but he was on a roll, so I just let it go, Dale.
Oh, I am so sorry, Lee. I'll have to let you go 2 times here on the 73 round to make up for it. Okay, let's go over to number 2, W5PIX Mobile, who I copied only in the beginning and then lost them. So let's see if I can copy him on the SCR2 I have now up. W5PIX, Uncle Clifford, you're up. K2SJP, 73s.
W5PIX. And, well, I'll tell you what, I'm sorry. I had an MD-380 flying over, and I should have took a picture of it in flight there for Charlie. I don't know what the airline it was, so I was not familiar with it. But anyways, we're sitting right here at the end of the DFW airport. Not knowing anything about the 707 or the KC-135. Interesting question on towing in flight. I've never heard of that. In the Navy, we didn't tow anybody. P3. Anyways, good question, Bob. Interesting, and I will pass it back to you. This W5PIX here at Fort Worth at the end of DFW Airport, watching the American Airlines all take off here. So back to you, Bob. W5PIX, K2SJP.
W5PIX. That is K2SJP. Okay, Uncle Clifford, I got you on the SCR too. I am not copying you locally. I don't know what happened. I guess it's strictly propagation. And let's see. Next is Leon. And I see the way I wrote this, Leon. I brought WB4LES from pretty well down on the bottom up to number 4, and I surrounded you, and somehow I missed you. So my apologies to you, Leon. That was not meant to be. N5BE, this is K2SJP.
K2SJP, N5B. I could not be surrounded by better people, Bob, so not a problem. When Bell won the V-22 program, Bell Boeing, NavAir required that they have a separate facility. That caused Bell to open a whole new facility in Amarillo, Texas, and that became their military aircraft center of excellence. Conversely, they moved all their commercial stuff to Montreal, and Bell Canada is producing all the commercial aircraft for the moment. So since you passed me over, I'm going to bore you with a story. Back in the 1980s, when Secretary of Defense at the time, I just had a mind block there. Dick Cheney, he wanted to see a facility that produced commercial and military stuff out of the same building, out of the same assembly line, because they were yet again going through another, relooking at procurement and acquisition and all that stuff. So he came to GE in Cincinnati. So we had 4 assembly lines going out the door. We had LM-2500s going to Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, very same engine going to Carnival Cruise Lines. We had CFM-56s going to KC-135Rs. We had CFM-56s going to Boeing for Southwest Airlines, and you get the picture. We had Air Force engines, Navy engines, all going out of line. So he says, how do you keep all this straight? So they said, well, go talk to the assembler. Let him tell you. So the assembler told them, I don't care what it is. I've got a build plan. I build it to this plan. The parts are aggregated for me. I double check the parts, make sure I'm putting the right ones on. And he says, and I build the engine. I don't care who it goes to. It's transparent to me. It doesn't matter. He was stunned. And so they had a meeting back in the office, and they said, he said, well, how many people are here from the FAA? And our manager said, well, we don't have anybody from the FAA. We have these things called DERs. And we have employees who represent the FAA, and they do a great job. He said, well, how many people do you have here from Boeing? Well, we got one guy. How many people from McDonnell Douglas? One guy. Airbus, we got a half a guy. So he says, well, how many government employees are here? And we said, well, we don't know. Here's the depot colonel here. Go ahead, Colonel, tell him. He says, well, I got 220 people working here. And Cheney turns to our president and says, my gosh, what is it that they all do? Well, they stamp each other's pieces of paper. K2SJP N5B, 73, Bob.
N5B, K2SJP. That's an interesting story. Fantastic, Leon. Okay, looks like Les is out of it. I see him crossed off on the bottom. WB4LES. Let's see, next on the list would be Nails, W5OG to get it, K2SJP.
Okay, it sounds familiar there. and Lee, good story, and maybe that's, some of that is, well, we know it is, because we're finding more and more about it every day, aren't we, Liz? How about the trimming back the bureaucracy? Yeah, I know all about that shuffling paperwork and stamping each other's papers. Anyway, 7-3, everybody. Thank you again there, Bob. A great job, and do appreciate your stepping up for WA6LJS there, John. And we hope that he has a speedy recovery, and also Commander Bob, K1BOB. Thank you there, Bob, and back to net, W5OG.
At W5OG, K2SJP. Yeah, I second the motion. In case John is listening, in case Bob is listening, speedy recoveries to you. My prayers are definitely with you. Okay, break with you, Dale. Over to Mike, WW5ENZ. 73 is Mike, that's K2SJP.
Okay, K2SJP, great question today, and a great net, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I should have got that one, but I just didn't think about it. But yeah, other than that, and I also know about that bureaucracy stuff, and I think Elon Musk is finding a lot of it now. And that's funny. You look at it and you see all the people that complain about it. Well, those are the ones you need to go look at, because they probably got some kind of a kickback coming. Anyway, yeah, I saw that. I talked a little bit about that before with acquisitions a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, it's about time we cleaned house, though. We really do. And we need to basically streamline things. And I think that's what our current administration is doing. Catching a lot of heat for it, but it's doing well. Anyway, WW5ENZ, I'm going to say 73s, everybody, and have a great day, and maybe we'll catch you tomorrow.
Okay, Mike, fine business all the way. 73s to you. Well, they got the FCC also streamlining Executive Order 14192 and Executive Order 14219 will eliminate many FCC regulations. We don't know what's going to be with ham radio yet. We'll have to just see what happens further down the line when they explain what they're going to eliminate with the FCC. Okay, break with you, Mike. Let's go over to Bill, W2WLD. And Bill, you're the first one who got the correct answer. Fantastic to you. W2WLD to get it. I'm going to hear you on SCR2. Go ahead, take it away, Bill. K2SJP.
Sure, thank you, Bob. Hope you find me on the web SCR site. But thank you very much for filling the breach, taking the net. I guess you did it on short notice. And did a great job, Bob, and I appreciate the question. Everybody have a great day. 73, K2SJP, W2WLD.
W2WLD, K2SJP. Okay, Bill. You used the right logic to get the right answer. Very good. Over to you, Carl, KF7GJO to get it. 73s, Carl. This is K2SJP.
Okay, well, that's all. Great up this morning. Everybody have a fantastic day. We'll give this a try again tomorrow. K2SJP, KF7GJO, 73.
KF7GJO, K2SJP. Okay, Carl. 73 is to you. Over to John. 73 is John. W7AJN, K2SJP.
K2SJP, W7AJN. Great job you did this morning, and Bob, and thanks for picking it up with short notice. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Let's see. Don't have anything more. Gonna continue to pray for Bob and John, they recover from their individual problems. That's all I got. It's a beautiful day here in Arizona, and we're going to go out and enjoy it. So this is K2SJP W7AJN. Make it a wonderful day. You're in charge of it.
W7AJN, this is K2SJP. Okay, John, and you also got the correct answer. Great to you also, and also Russ. K8AF, you're up, Russ. You also got the correct answer. K2SJP.
K2SJP K8AF. Well, thanks for running the net. It was a good question, especially since I got it right. I like those. And I hope everyone has a good day, and we'll continue to pray for the recovery of Bob and John. So 73, everybody, K2SJP K8AF.
K8AF, K2SJP. Okay, Russ. Fine business all the way. Over to Charlie, K4YDB, K2SJP.
K2SJP, K4YDB. Well, good net today, Bob. Your signal's been holding up quite nicely over here. As a matter of fact, everybody's been coming in pretty decent over here. I've heard just about everybody, but anyway, I hope Bob and John get back up and running here pretty soon. John, if you're listening, get better, my friend. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. This is 73, K4YDB, back to net.
K4YDB, K2SJP. Okay, fine business, Charlie, and congratulations on getting the correct answers. And W5ABI Joe also got the correct answer, and so did James, KG5PTE, got the correct answer. Over to you, Joe, W5ABI. This is K2SJP, 73.
K2SJB and the Flyers, W5ABI. Good net, good question. I got one right. Anyhow, good luck to Bob. I hope he recovers. People don't realize when you get older, your bones get brittle. I know my wife broke her hip about a year ago, and she's 81. And she's okay now, so I'm really careful. I'm 82. I'm really careful about falling. I really, I don't want to break a hip. Anyhow, good net, 73 to you and the Flyers. K2SJP, W5ABI.
At W5ABI, K2SJP. Okay, Joe, fine business all the way. Your signal is holding up beautifully into Tampa Bay. Break with you, Joe, over to James. 73 James, and we'll see you on Echolink. KG5PTE also got the correct answer. It's K2SJP.
K2SJP, KG5PT. Well, 73's Bob. Thanks for running the net. And I'll catch y'all on Echolink, and you have a good signal from Tampa Bay into Belton, Texas here this morning, Bob. 73's to the Flyers, and I'll see y'all on the 40-meter net tonight. KG5PT.
Okay, KG5PTE, K2SJP. I might come on that K5TRI-L at 3 p.m. You might see me on there. If not, I will try to mess a little bit more with these RF jokes. I am having some RFI on 40 meters shutting my station down as I talk. So I need to mess a little bit more with these RF chokes, and hopefully to get that in time. We'll see you over on Echolink, James. I believe that's the end of the list, but I'm still seeing Brian, WB5DRI is open, so let me just try to go over to Brian and see if you are there. WB5DRI, 73. Brian, it's K2SJP.
Yeah, good morning, Bob. K2SJP Internet. This is WB5DRI down here in San Antonio. Well, thanks for getting me in there, Bob. Yeah, I had a workman here trying to take care of some carpenter ants here in my house, and I think maybe this time, the third time, may be the charm on it, hopefully. But he did a really good job this morning, and hopefully that'll take care of him. But good to be on the net. Sorry to be in and out, but I did hear part of the net. And very interesting questions this morning. I didn't quite understand the first question, though. Bob, you might explain the delta answer again. I think I would have gotten the second question correct anyway, alpha, on the production lines there for the 135 and the 707. If you can comment on your delta answer for the first question, I'd sure appreciate it. But anyway, I'll just say 73s and good day to all, and I hope that Bob, K1BOB, and John, WA6LJS, get feeling better quickly and get healed up completely from their Bob from his injury and John from his cold there. I'll turn it back to you, Bob, and everybody have a great day out there. 73s. K2SJP, WB5DRI, back to net. Good day, everybody.
WB5DRI, K2SJP. Okay, Brian, and you're coming in like gangbusters over here, like 30 over 9. Actually, the strongest signal of all the check-ins today. Okay, I'm going to give you the question and the correct answer, which was delta. What does locking the toggle mean with a KC-135? And the correct answer was towing another aircraft that has run out of fuel while dispensing fuel to it. Towing another aircraft that has run out of fuel while dispensing fuel to it. Usually it's an aircraft that has been hit and the fuel is leaking out. And we can connect the KC-135 to it, get enough fuel flowing through it to its landing area and get disconnected, and it can land safely. And that's what locking the toggle means. And I realize that's usually a question that is not easily known. But I was quite surprised several of you got the correct answers. So that is the end of the list. I'm going to say 73s to Bob, W7ASH, who is receive only, and Mike, KJ5IAI, who's receive only also. And I'll stand by. Did I miss anybody? I know I missed Leon. Don't answer, Leon. Did I miss anybody else? Is there any questions or comments? This is K2SJP. Got you, Jack. K4CAX, K2SJP. We got you as a check-in, Jack. 73s to you. And is there anyone else? This is K2SJP.
Alpha Lima 7 Yankee, mobile.
Alpha Lima 7 Yankee, is it?
Roger, roger. Alpha Lima 7 Yankee, mobile.
Alpha Lima 7 Yankee Bravo. Okay, this is K2SJP. Name is Bob over in Tampa Bay with net control, alternate net control today. Let me turn it over to you. Take a final turn. AL7 Yankee Bravo, K2SJP.
Yeah, Bob, correction on the call sign. It's just Alpha Lima 7 Yankee. Alpha Lima 7 Yankee. I'm mobile. And I just heard some reference to, I thought you were saying there might be a threat to ham radio, a threat to the FCC for some reason. I was wondering if you could clarify what that threat might be. Over.
Yeah, Alpha Lima 7 Yankee. This is K2SJP. Well, you got two executive orders to the FCC. You might look them up, 14192 and 14219. It's not specifically affecting ham radio as yet, but it is in order to trim the FCC down quite a bit and reduce a lot of the rules. So we don't know yet if it's going to apply to ham radio or not. Go ahead.
All right, I'll see what I can look up on that. I guess it doesn't surprise me. They're putting the hatchet to a whole lot of federal programs. So, but until they start taking away our radios, I guess we still got ham radio. Alpha Lima 7 Yankee. I'll be clear.
Okay, Alpha Lima 7 Yankee, K2SJP. Don't worry, even if they change all the rules, we'll still be on the air. We're not going nowhere. Okay, I think that ends it. That'll bring us to the end of the net. We enjoyed doing the net today. We're now closing the Air Force's Flyers Club net for today. God bless America. God bless all of our troops, and God bless each and every member of the Air Force's Flyers Club net. And our prayers to Bob, who was injured, and to also over to John over in California, who has a really bad cold. 73 is have a great day, all. We are now returning the frequency to normal amateur use. This is K2SJP, alternate net control for the Air Force's Flyers Club net. The net is now closed.
K2SJP, KF4CIS, got a question, Bob?
Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
What's the injury with Bob? Thought he was going to have
Yeah, Bob had taken a fall in his basement, and he injured a vertebrae in his back, and he's over in the hospital right now. And he's sitting up, though, and he talked to Dale, and he seems to be doing okay, but he'll be in the hospital for a couple of more days. Go ahead, Jack.
Okay, thanks a lot for the info.